breaking a 3-hour marathon. That's something I've wanted to do for a very long time, and in this series, we're gonna walk through every step of training, nutrition, my life as a doctor, as a dad, as a husband, and hopefully at the end of these 9 weeks, we can break a 3-hour marathon, and you guys will have a lot of the knowledge needed for your training and for your upcoming goals. So without further delay, let's get to the video. In the books. It was absolutely incredible. I have to say that it was crazy windy, but it was such a great run. It was hard. I was only supposed to do a 6:15 per mile pace, and it was really hard to hold back and do just that. So you guys can see right here, my total was a 6:47 average, but what that means is my intervals were way too fast. I'll put the splits up here on the screen. And so, yeah, I'm pumped that I was able to run those, but the only bad thing is that it might cause too much fatigue to hit my runs later in the week, so we're gonna have to be careful about that. But now time to get going to the house, and I'll probably make sure to get all the footage from the drone. Hopefully it's in this video and you guys can check it out, and it looks pretty sweet. I'm gonna get all that transferred over, gonna do some housework, and then I have to go to Boston today because I have a shift at Boston Children's tonight. I work a 16-hour shift, so I'm gonna take you guys along with me to that. I also have to give a presentation today, and I have a meeting today, so it's gonna be busy. So gotta get running really quick, get up to Boston, beat the traffic. And before I go, I just wanted to tell you guys that whatever it is that your goals are, whatever it is that you're chasing right now, and I don't care how many times you failed, I don't care if you failed 1,000 times, I want you to know that you are capable and you can do it as long as you do not give up and do not let failure discourage you, let it motivate you, knowing that that failure is gonna create in you endurance, perseverance, character, and hope. Let's get after it. All right, guys, so it is 12:35 and we are about to head to work. So I work quite a ways away from my house, so I'm currently gonna be commuting for the next hour and a half. Like I said, I have a really long commute, so we'll be commuting to Boston Children's and hopefully get there in time for my meeting at 2 o'clock. It's about 12:35 right now, so it'll honestly be pretty close, but we should be able to make it. So we have a commute, and then we have this meeting. This meeting is about a study that I think we're gonna be doing in terms of social media and medical education, and so that's what we're gonna be meeting about. That's from 2 to 3 o'clock, then 3 to 4 o'clock I have a lecture, and then I start work at 4 o'clock. I'll get signed out from the night team, and then after sign out from the night team, and we have a pretty big unit, so that takes quite a while, so I should be done with that around 4:30, 4:45. I'll touch base with the residents, and then the residents shift at 6 o'clock, but then I'm there all throughout the night until 8 a.m. So it's a 16-hour shift, and we'll be doing admissions, we'll rounding on the patients during the night, and then just making sure, it's called cross coverage, but making sure that all the patients are doing well. So yeah, that's what we have in store for the next little bit. I'm gonna get off the camera while we commute, and then I'll see you guys back at the hospital. All right, guys, so we just got done with our shift. It is 8 in the morning right now. The daytime attendings got there early, so that means I got to sign out a little bit early, which was nice. I did not get to do any filming last night. It was really busy and really didn't have even a chance to, get something to drink or eat or anything until it was like 1 o'clock. And then at that time, I was ready to shut my eyes and get a little bit of rest, and didn't have my camera with me, so didn't give you any updates. But so what I can tell you about is right now what we're seeing in the hospital is a lot of respiratory illnesses. So essentially RSV, influenza, rhinovirus, the common cold, but in these little kiddos, it just wreaks havoc and causes them to breathe really hard and a lot of times need oxygen support. So a couple things, if any of you guys are parents out there or have a kiddo and need help with this, trying to figure out how to manage this crazy viral season, a couple different things that you could do is, one, make sure to have saline drops or nasal saline spray that you could put in your kiddo's nose to soften up some of their congestion, and then with that use a bulb suction or a nose Frida to suck all of that out, because that is going to help them a ton with their breathing. Number two would be make sure to have Tylenol and Motrin These are definitely needed to help with fevers, but if your child is under 1 month of age and has a fever, that's a medical emergency and needs to see a physician immediately. Between 1 month and 3 months old, a fever is still serious and you should see your doctor and make sure to call your doctor about that fever. Now, Tylenol can be used pretty much in all ages, but Motrin or ibuprofen, we generally recommend to wait until after 6 months of age to use that. The other thing that you can do for their nasty cough or their harsh cough that they're having, one, do not buy over-the-counter cough syrups. A lot of that stuff is a junk, a waste of money, and can be harmful for children under the age of 4 years old. But what you can do is use a little bit of honey. If your kid is older than 1 year of age, you could use a little bit of honey, usually right before bed, and that has been shown to help decrease the cough. Outside of that, prevention is key, so a lot of hand sanitizer, a lot of washing of the hands, wearing a mask when you're out in public or around sick people, and then of course getting age-appropriate vaccines. So if you're a parent, if you know someone that has a kiddo, those are kind of the main tips to help with viral infections. Now, of course, this is only if it's a viral infection and not a bacterial infection, but I know it's hard out there right now. We are seeing our hospitals explode right now in this respiratory season. So I wish you all the best, and I hope those little bit of tips will help you guys navigate this mess of a viral season that we are having. All right, so now a couple other updates. So I gave my first lecture at Children's. It was fantastic. We talked about fluids in the pediatric patient. I also had a meeting with some pretty exciting stuff upcoming that I can't really talk about yet, but some exciting research opportunities that I will get to be a part of that I'm really pumped about. And now it is again 8 o'clock. I'm gonna go home. We got about an hour and 20-minute commute, and then from there I have a meeting at 9:30. At 9:30, it's a brand deal with a company that I absolutely love called Pure Vita Foods. They make delicious whole foods that I've been working with them for about 3 months now. I just love them so much. So I have a meeting with them, and then I'm gonna do a workout, and then hopefully get some shut-eye or get some sleep before I pick up my kiddo at school today. Last night I got about 3 hours of sleep, so to really get the sleep that I need a good 4 additional hours at some point in the day. All right, guys, well, I just got home. It is about 9:28, so I have that meeting here in 2 minutes. I am wicked thirsty. Last night I was so busy, didn't get near the hydration in that I needed to. But we did eat at a pretty delicious place. It's called Dig. I guess they're like all throughout the Boston area. It was incredible. But so I'm gonna hop on this meeting now. It's over Zoom, thankfully. I'm sure they're gonna ask me why I look like a zombie, but essentially it's because I worked all night long. Join meeting. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, so good to talk with you guys again.
Yeah, no, how's life? I'm sure very busy.
Yeah, life has been great. It has been super, super busy. All right, guys, so I just got off that call, which I'm super pumped about because Pure Vita, I have just loved them so much. I'm gonna show you guys some of their food, but essentially, I make content for them, and they send me some products, so I'm gonna show you guys what that is, but essentially it's quick, easy, healthy food, and yeah, I just love it so much. So let's check it out. Do not, yeah, so we're a little obsessed with ice cream, but, oh my God. There's more ice cream. So this is essentially what it is, right? So Pure Vita Flame Grilled. We have more fajitas, some organic grains. Oh, I love this. We have some Brussels sprouts with uncured bacon, which is also delicious. And they're actually launching a kids line. So this will be coming out soon. So this is Hidden Veggie Marinara Meatball Bowl for kids. So they have adult lines. I didn't show you guys there because I've already ate them all. But they have like life bowls. So it's just essentially like a bowl of chicken, rice, vegetables that you can take with you on the go, and it's just 5 minutes in the microwave. Absolutely love them. I actually need to eat now. I'm starving. I have not ate since we ate that Dig last night. Let's find what we're gonna eat, and then as I eat, we could talk about my marathon plan, my goals, training schedule, nutrition, and then we'll probably end up the video with one workout before we pass out. All right, check it out. We have somewhere like around 8 ounces of chicken there, about a cup of broccoli. We have some bread here. And then these are the Joseph low carb wraps, which are absolutely delicious. And then we're gonna throw a little bit of cheese on top, some light sour cream, and then a staple that I use literally all the time. I can't believe it's not butter, for the roll. So this is gonna get us fueled up for the workout we have later today. All right, finally, let's talk everything about my marathon. So it is currently 8 weeks and about 4 to 5 days away. And our goal is to break a 3-hour marathon. I've tried this a couple different times. The most recent attempt was 2 years ago in 2020 at the Little Rock Marathon, where I missed it by 1 minute. Since that time, I've been doing a lot of triathlons, so I still have a very good base, but I have not done much actual marathon training prep in about 2 years. So even though I have a really good base, we still have a lot to work on. And my goal is to at least break 3 hours, but I would love to get around a 2:55 to ensure I get that Boston qualifying spot. So how are we gonna do this? My training plan is generally gonna be set up with 3 core runs, okay? And this is gonna be a strength or speed work day, a tempo run day, and a long run day. Those are the 3 key workouts every single week. Now, outside of that, there will be 2 to 3 other days of running sprinkled in. But those 2 to 3 other days, they are gonna be easy runs, keeping my heart rate low. So for me, that's between 140 to 150 beats, hopefully keeping it down on that 140 heart rate. And that's just because those easier runs are gonna help continue to build a great cardiovascular base, but then it's also gonna help me recover for my hard days. So now let's break down those 3 hard workouts. So my strength day or speed work day. These are gonna be intervals from anywhere from 1 mile, or I guess from 400 meters, all the way to 800 meters, 1200 meters, 1600 meters, or a 1 mile. And then we're gonna get to the point where we're doing 2-mile repeats and then 3-mile repeats before race day. So that would be the strength or speed work day. And usually the hard intervals, let's say if we had 10 400 meters by about 400 meters easy. So that means I'm gonna do a 400 meter really hard, and then I'm gonna do a 400 meter easy. And the easy one needs to be about 2.5 to 5 minutes. So it's very slow, just to make sure you have proper recovery. Okay, and so then we can move on to what the tempo days look like. So usually with the tempo days, the goal is that I'm gonna hit right below marathon pace, or about 10 seconds below marathon pace. And so for me, what my tempo days will look like is a 2-mile warm up, and then I'll do anywhere from 7 to 10 miles at 10 seconds less than goal marathon pace. For me, that's a 650 per mile pace. So my tempo workouts will at least be at a 640 per mile pace. And hopefully by the end of these 8 weeks, I get up to where I'm doing a 10 to 12 mile tempo sandwiched between a 2-mile warm up and a 2-mile cool down. And again, that would be at least a 640 or sub 640 per mile pace. Next, we go to the long run. The long run, this is not to absolutely destroy your body. You will not be at that high quick pace of 640 per mile. But what it'll essentially be doing is trying to get your time on your feet while building a great base. So I'll try to keep my heart rate between 140 and 150 during these long runs. I will get up to running 20 to 22 miles, hopefully before the 8 weeks. And with that, towards the end, or maybe the middle towards the end, I will throw in a couple miles here and there at marathon pace. And so what it may look like would be, I would do 5 miles at an easy pace, hit 3 miles at goal marathon pace, go back to 5 miles at an easy pace, and then hit another 3 miles at goal marathon pace. Something similar to that, to be able to still get the marathon pace in there while doing the long run and getting 20 to 22 miles on my feet. So again, that's what my weekly schedule will look like. And when I do those workouts really depends on my work schedule. But if you guys are trying to set up a schedule for yourself, what you could do is say Monday is gonna be an easy day. Tuesday is gonna be your speed work or your strength day. Wednesday is gonna be a day off. Thursday will be your tempo day. Friday, an easy recovery run. Saturday, a moderate distance recovery run. And then Sunday be your long run. So that'd be a great way to set up a week of training for you. So this week, you guys just saw today, I had those 1 mile repeats. Later in the week on Thursday, I have a 7 mile tempo at a 640 pace. Honestly, last week I did it way too fast. I did them all around a 620 pace, and it left me pretty fatigued for later in the week. So that's just important to know that you do not overexert yourself on some of these workouts, and my coach got on to me because then it will hinder the rest of your workout. So that's the training plan and that's the training schedule and my goal. So how am I fueling for this? So right now I'm weighing about 182 pounds, 183 pounds. I would love to be a little bit lighter for my race just because I'll be a little bit quicker. If that's possible, awesome. If it's not, so be it. So I pretty much have a very carb heavy diet. I aim to eat between 3,000 and 4,000 calories a day right now to fuel my training and to have proper recovery, and then also for my strength training that I do in the gym. So with that, a lot of whole foods, aiming for a lot of carbs. I keep my protein around 180 grams a day. My fats are about 30% of my total caloric intake come from fats, and then the rest are carbohydrates. My favorite sources would be oatmeal, couscous, quinoa, any and all types of vegetables, white rice, brown rice, honestly, sweet potatoes, honestly, pretty much anything and everything. I love it all. So that's what my nutrition is gonna look like. If I happen to drop a couple pounds, that would be awesome. But one of my main priorities is to maintain my muscle mass. And so nutrition is key for that. And then also, I forgot to mention earlier, but my strength training regimen is about 5 days a week, upper body, lower body. I'm currently doing a powerlifting split because I want to get some of my numbers up for some goals I have coming in the future. So then for recovery, some of the most important things that we could do is get adequate sleep. So we need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And when people are marathon training this intensively, they definitely need they definitely need 7 hours of sleep, but probably need upwards to the 9-hour mark of sleep. So I'm gonna do my best with my work schedule. It'll be really hard. Making sure I stay well hydrated. So depending on how hot it is, I have a lot of insensible losses, just losing a lot of fluid during the workouts and during the training. And so I will definitely need to keep that in check, make sure I'm staying well hydrated, proper nutrition and not in too large of a calorie deficit, and then doing the other rehab sort of things. So formed running, doing all my exercise through full range of motion, doing some foam rolling here and there, just to make sure I touch on any muscles that are acting up or a little tight. I do usually battle some Achilles issues, and so with that I do some rehab for that. That's pretty much it for recovery. The last thing I'll touch on is supplements that I take to help me maintain my muscle mass and just to stay well fueled throughout my day. So I'll take creatine. I do 5 grams a day every single day, no matter what. Protein powder I use very seldomly, just in case if I'm running out of if I'm not meeting my protein goal for the day. I'll do some electrolyte drinks. I love BPN electrolytes. Their salted watermelon is so delicious. I also take a pre-workout. I usually use BPN's pre-workout just because I trust their company, trust their brand, and love their products. There's some really great ambassadors you can check out there. Like Grace, she's incredible. Sam, he's incredible. But you can check out BPN's website, check out some of the ambassadors. Incredible, incredible people, and would highly recommend them. And they're all like setting goals and crushing incredible goals. That's really about all the supplements I take. Now, in terms of long runs and training, I'll use goos. I'll also use carbohydrate drinks. So right now I'm using Tailwind for my carbohydrate drink, and then I'll use different goos. I usually use Cliff Energy shots. I use a vanilla one that I absolutely love. But that's pretty much all the supplements I use, so not very much. So that's really all the supplements I take. You know, supplements are not necessarily needed at all. It's just to supplement what you're already doing. And I'd say that I try and strive to live a relatively healthy lifestyle, which allows me to not need many supplements. All right, guys, I think that's it. I think that's all we need to know right now for the marathon prep. I know that was kind of long-winded, a lot of information, but hopefully it was provide you guys of some value to help you guys get started on your marathon plan. I think that's it. So if you guys enjoyed, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and comment below and let me know what you guys want to see more of. So as I do these vlogs, you guys will get value because I'll be showing you guys what you're asking for. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I love you so much, and before I go, I want you to know that you are greatly, greatly loved, and that you're wonderfully and beautifully created, and that you're capable of far more than you could ever imagine. Able to get some content done while I was lifting so you guys could see that workout. I put the whole workout that I did right here because I did not film all of it, but what you guys saw was some squats and some deadlifts. My goal is to get up to a 400 squat and a 500 deadlift. I have a long ways to go, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna dedicate this next year and a half, 2 years to try to get a 500 deadlift, 400 squat, 300 bench. So here in this series, you will see my max out lifting. I'm gonna get a couple weeks into heavy lifting again before I do my maxes, and then we'll max out and test it out. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next vlog.